my god.
Action!
Cheers, and welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 6 of Overlord. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll always know when we put out new content, which is basically every day. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you like the video and comment down below. And if you want to receive these videos early, you can join our Patreon. We are almost a full season ahead on Patreon right now. And that, you know, so you get the early stuff if you would join our Patreon, and you get the full unedited reaction, which is just sort of fun. Where we were at before, we had just had a confrontation with our lizard friends. We brought one of them back to life, but not my favorite one. I live in hope. I live in hope for my fave coming back. We do have a little bit of a drinking game that we can play with this. So things like when Albedo does something incredibly horny, and we amended that last time to whenever Shaltir does something incredibly horny. We're also going to drink whenever somebody underestimates the Nazarene group to their detriment, or if they betray them to their obvious detriment. Those are going to be the main ones. I mean, obviously we drink when anyone on screen drinks. And we can drink whenever Ainz is shooketh by what he sees. So anyway, we're getting back into Overlord. I don't really know what to expect for this particular this episode, because I think we're basically done with the lizard men for the moment. We might kind of check back in with them, but I think that arc seems mostly finished. So let's begin. It's a party. We might be getting some drinking in early. Oh, is she in love with him? He's very cute. No, just a guild. Oh, right. He does that illusion thing, right? So he doesn't have to wear his eye patch or something. Also, I will say I did not expect that voice to come out of that guy with the hair. Thought that was a lady. That seems expensive for a first level spell. Ooh. That's cool and handy. It's like a Patronus, but evil. Aw. Cute. I like it when, like, you flip stuff. I want to see if he keeps slipping stuff. Is she, like, reaching out for him? And he's just like, don't touch me, woman. All right. Someone said that Sebas is the only one not with negative karma. I'm not entirely certain what that means, but I think that is what I was told, that Lord Sebas does not have negative karma. He's kind of like the only good guy in this crew. Is that true? I also don't know what that means, that he's a good guy. I'm not sure what that means in relation to the rest of them, or why he like is willing to fight with them. You know, I just haven't fully understood the ramifications of that. I wonder if Sebas, okay, so this is the Sebas arc, yeah? So like we might get to see him start fighting tattoos over here soon. That could be fun. I want to see him kick some ass. So when is the demon gonna start fighting Mungo or whatever his name is? Okay, yeah. My dude, look at her. She's sick? He's going with sick? God. The animation on that too is like interesting. Like, it really looks like she's been, like, actually dehydrated and starved. Like, that's... Especially because there's not a lot of movement happening with the animation here. So it's like, it's really interesting the details they do decide to focus on. I like that. Oh, we're getting lore. I don't care about you. You beat this lady up. Tied her up. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, that's really funny. He's just like, because his creator wants him to help people. Right, Touch Me made him, right? So like the good guy knight made him. So he was like, help whoever you can. And I love that his idea of helping is like, all right, so the mafia is gonna come after you because you let her go? Question mark. I'm a little bit unsure why the 8 fingers would go after this guy for letting the woman leave after he's clearly was just gonna have her killed anyway, like take her to the temple because she's sick. So I wonder. I wonder why they would care. But I do think it is kind of funny that Sebas is like, yeah, all right. Run, bitch. Her just like... He's so sassy. Interesting. It's having some self-reflection. I love it. Honey. All right. She did a good job. I wasn't really expecting her to like go against him because it does seem like the battle maids do just follow what the guardians tell them to do. Like the hierarchy is still pretty rigid. I do wonder if that's going to start changing as the seasons continue. I just wonder what they're going to do with this lady. Oh, there's the life coming back into her eyes. Oh my god. Oh. Don't be sorry. You've gone through a freaking ordeal. All right. I did see some people talk about that, like Sebastian, because Sebastian is just the perfect butler name for reasons. I don't know. I feel like in America, the butler name, it's like always Jeeves or something. Like Jeeves is a good one. Popular. Obviously Alfred, but that's just because of Batman. I had not considered Sebastian as being like the butler's name. I just always think of him as the crab from Little Mermaid. Although I guess he was kind of a butler. Okay. So I guess like part of her, like one, she came around quick. Like she's no longer calling her an it. Like, so she's given her an actual, all right, she's a woman, fine, all right. She's not an it anymore. I do, because like their whole thing is they're trying to lay low, right? Like they don't want to draw too much attention to themselves. So I get like her reservations do make a lot of sense. Like he basically just stole, you know, like whoever she was being prostituted by, like they are probably going to come for her. So this is when we're gonna get Mr. Tattoo's fight, I think. But it does make sense that she's like, you know, even though she doesn't have any kind of regard for humans regardless, it does kind of go against their mission, which is to not draw too much attention to themselves at the moment. So I get why she's concerned. Also, it makes sense for her, like, because she's solution, you know, like that's her. From what I understand about the battle maids, like their names are sort of what they are and like what they're about. So like she's a problem solver. Like her thing is the end goal from what I can tell, right? So like whatever she's been told to do, she needs to make sure it happens, and she needs to make sure it happens efficiently. You know, she's the solution, which can be a very good thing or a very bad thing. All right, where are we at? There's Shaltir. Oh, purple guy. Okay. He's like, yeah. Duh. Like, did you just learn that? Where have you been? We live in a world with actual monsters, like, who are 4 times stronger, much bigger. It's like, my dude. What? That's really funny. But again, there's that Gazelle, I guess brain here has mostly been fighting humans, so he's like, oh, I'm the best. And Gazov is like, I have to fight, like, actual monsters all the time. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, geez, calm down. So dramatic. So dramatic. Because he lost to vampires. And he's like, well, nothing else matters. We can't ever be that good. So, might as well die. Ooh. These are fun little daggers. Who are these guys? We're meeting all sorts of fun people. Alright. So they're vigilantes. Cool. Thanks for the exposition. Okay. So I wonder if we're gonna have these guys at some point, like, joining up with Ainz and crew. Because, you know, like, because Ainz is gonna have to start taking down the 8 fingers, right? Because he wants to be the Overlord, right? So that means he's got to do something that will get the government's, like, at least on his side, so they'll, like, bow to him, right? Without, like, because, like, that's probably the best way to go about it. Like, instead of just launching an all-out war, you want to get everybody, as many people as you can on your side, so that they just listen, so that they listen to you, so that they do, like, just cede lands, and then you can, you know, you can start making demands after you save their asses for something. But, like, you know, I do think, like, that could be an interesting way to go about it. So if, like, these people that we're meeting are going to, like, join up with them because they're all after the same goal. Well, they think they're after the same goal. They might be willing to talk about stuff. I think, okay. Hi, Tattoos. That guy's wild. I don't like his voice. His voice is cool. His voice is terrifying. Okay, I can't wait for that particular matchup. That's gonna be fun. Alrighty, we're just gonna see if there is a end credit scene. Doesn't look like it. Alright. So we're not... Okay, there's no end credit scene. That's fine. Alright then. Let's go. there wasn't a great deal of time for a drinking game in that one, but that's fine. Okay. So again, I think I'm still a little unclear about how some of the like alignment system in this world works, because people have said like most of the people of Nazarene have like a negative karma, I think. But Sebas has a positive one, which does lead him to make different decisions, and I guess it makes him a little kinder. It is interesting to me that like in our Bug Boy episode, Mr. Bug Boy, his name starts with the C, also wanted to help people. Like he was like, I don't want to necessarily just slaughter a bunch of these things. I would rather, not rule in fear. Can I do that? Like, can I please just not hurt people? And he was willing to, of course. And obviously, but like, I feel like Sebas probably, I don't know if he would have attacked the lizard people at all. Like, he's obviously more than willing to hurt people, but his goals do seem to align more with being kind and helping, even if he doesn't have necessarily a strong plan for what it is he's trying to do. I don't know. So again, I don't know, like, if with everybody else, I sort of just assume that there's a plan, like that they don't do anything without like really wanting to, without having like backups upon backups upon backups. But Sebas just kind of seems to be like, if I can help, I'll help. And again, he's wondering about that himself, if that's a good thing or a bad thing, which I do find interesting. I like the self-reflection aspect that he goes through. I wonder where he's going to land on it. Was I right though, when I, with the battle maids and their names, like meaning something and like being with a personality and like how they interact with the world? Cause it kind of seems like that's the case, but it's also, I'm like a little unclear about it. Anyway, I enjoyed that. I like Sebas, and I was like, and like that girl, I felt so bad for her. I really can't wait for Sebas and Solution to just wreck Tattoos and crew. Like, and I really do think it would be interesting if like the Eight Fingers gang is taken down in part by Sebas and Solution, which would give them, a in with that vigilante crew who is, trying to take them down. And that could give them an in with the government and stuff, which could make it a little easier for them to take over. I'm like, there's lots of ways to take over and end up becoming the Overlord. So, thank you all for watching this episode with me. I'm looking forward to episode 6, which should be out very soon. If you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. We put out new content every day. You could also join our Discord. The link is in the description below. And if you can become a Patreon member, we really, really appreciate that. We can't do this without you. And also, like I said earlier, you get all sorts of fun perks if you become a member of our Patreon, including getting these episodes out really early. So thank you again. I will see you all in the next video. Cheers.